Turning now to your community focus, from entertaining us at the air show to missions from our backyard to the U.S. border. The Rhode Island National Guard does it all.
And joining us now live in studio is Major General Chris Callahan. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So I want to start with the topic of the air show. Is there one planned for this summer?
There is not.
Okay, so by my math now, General, this has been 5 years without an air show, or it will be 5 years without an air show.
Right.
So why, first of all,
Right.
and will we ever see one come back?
Right. So I think the air show as we know it is no longer. And the reason behind that is based on the operational tempo of our organization. There's a couple of other influencers, one being a pretty significant construction project that will start over the next 24 months at Quonset, about $100 million buildup of the runway and some aviation armories there. But this fiscal year, as I mentioned to you earlier, the two primary tenants of Quonset that support the air show are deploying. So the humans are busy, and but I get asked all the time, and it is a shame, but it's because of the work.
So it's a thing of the past. I know we had reported that the Blue Angels might be returning this summer, so that's not going to happen either.
No, not this year.
All right.
All right, well, I understand that members of the National Guard were deployed to the U.S. border to help with the situation there back in October. What's the status of that mission?
Right, so thanks for asking. I just got back from a visit last week. We've got about 125 personnel that are working, and their role there is strictly in support of the Customs and Border Patrol. And basically their job is to provide sort of information backup, situational awareness to the agents that manage the migrant crisis. So they're really doing good work. They have a variety of locations in physical geography that they watch over, in addition to several mobile camera systems and things like that. So it's kind of an Overwatch scenario, but they're doing really well.
And I was going to ask, where exactly are they? You mentioned several locations.
Yeah, so if you look at the map in Texas and you go deep south, Callahan, Texas is sort of the center of that border area that they're working at, left and right of that, east and west.
And how much longer are they going to be there?
We do expect them to be there a full year, so it'll be next fall that they will return.
A lot closer to home, your troops are helping to run the warming center at the Cranston Armory. We've seen reports of complaints about the conditions there. Is it frustrating to hear those complaints, and is there anything you can do to fix the problem?
No, so it's a great question, and I think the answer for us is the continued community outreach. So there are, overall, the warming centers, it's a safe and welcoming place. We've gone from 25 people that used it the first night on December 16th to averaging about 180. You have restroom facilities, things like that are cleaned and sanitized professionally twice a day. So there are some instances, however, where a very minority, very small group of clients, may sort of, abuse the resource a little bit. So overall, I think we're in front of it, and the interagency team between law enforcement, fire department, Amos House, everyone's working hard to try to keep pushing it forward.
Now, a few moments ago, you mentioned the brand new headquarters at Quonset. How much of a game changer is that for you?
Yeah, it's big, huge. It's been several years. We're talking about a $46 million project. Senator Reid, very key partner in making that come together for us. But Quonset is a 105-acre base. This building that it will replace is 81 years old.
Wow.
So we could argue that it's time for a new one. And in addition to it, it'll be maybe 2/3 the size. So now you're doing, the environmental kind of work that you need to do to build something that will take us into the, next 50, 70 years.
All right, Major General Chris Callahan with the Rhode Island National Guard. That's all the time that we have, but thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.